Hey guys, welcome back. Well, this is the first field work for us for 2023. Dad and I are out disc chiseling. This here is actually the old wheat stubble ground from last summer. So it's going to be going to corn, so we wanted to go ahead and disc chisel it. So I'm here in the 4955, and right over that way, Dad's running the 4840 on the 9-shank chisel. So far the ground's been good and dry. It finally dried out. But this field here will be going to corn. So we'll chisel it and then come back through and disc it. There's actually a neighboring farmer just about a half mile, maybe about a mile straight and south down here. We saw him heading across the one gravel road with his planter. So he's actually the first guy in this area that I know of who has started planting. For us, I'm gonna say probably more up along by April 20th. We like to let the ground temperature get up a little bit warmer. But we've been having some nice weather. Right through here I'm heading into a hard pan. Got my triangle done over there up along by the road. Now I'm working back that way. And Dad's just, not too far over there. Got the old smoker rolling. on that 4840, the previous owner had turned the fuel pump up. Because a 4840, according to TractorData.com, factory rating is right around about 180 to 185 approximately. And I'm going to guess that right there is probably cranking 225. Now our other 4840, the one that we got back in 2020, now that one's just a factory setting. You can tell it doesn't have as much power, but it still does a good job. In fact, actually, that one, the one we got in 2020, we were going to run it today on that chisel plow, and sure enough, I come to find out, the air conditioning's conked out on the thing. I tried to charge it up. All I could get was just a little bit of air, which makes me suspect the expansion valve might be plugged or very much restricted. And so, been talking to a guy that I know who's a mechanic, because right now I don't have time to work on it. And so I may end up probably change expansion valve, which would also include changing the receiver dryer. That's that little round thing. Look, oh, those dryers, they're about 6 to 8 inches long, and it helps to absorb moisture out of your Freon. And probably take and convert the compressor from the old style compressor over to a Sandon, which is a much higher grade compressor. That's what that tractor has, and it's worked great. Now this tractor here, I replaced the compressor on it, here several years ago, and I actually put a John Deere Reman on it, and so far I've had good luck with that one. So far this here runs good. But if I ever have to change it again, in fact I think I actually changed this one here back before I found out about the Sandon compressors. Because the Sandon compressor is a much higher grade, much better compressor, a lot higher quality. In fact, on this tractor here, it was actually just last spring, about a year ago. I had just pulled into the field. I think it was about 85 acres. I had just gotten started, and the cab fan motor burned up. And so I finished it with no cab fan. Let me tell you something, you talk about miserable, that's it right there when you don't have any AC. Thankfully it was a cloudy day that did help. If it would have been a nice clear sunny day like what we got right now, that would have run me clear out of the cab. Because you get all the engine heat, all the transmission heat coming up beneath you. And so, but we got to get that thing going. And so, I want to talk to this guy and see if he might be able to actually take and get that 4840 going for us. Because like I say, now that we're right here in busy time, I don't have time to do it. Because I can do air conditioning. I got all the gauges and the vacuum pump and all that kind of stuff. I've done it all before. But right now, I just don't have time to do it. And earlier this week, a neighbor of mine that farms also, I gotta get turned around here on the end. I'm actually holding the camera in my hand. I don't have you on my head. But like I say, a neighbor of mine stopped by and asked if I could plant some soybeans for him. In fact, if I remember right, I think last spring I posted a few videos, and it's the same neighbor that he had me replant pretty much all of his soybeans because he had bad germination in the first batch from the seed company. And so I replanted all his soybeans. And he stopped by, I think it might have been this past Tuesday, if I remember right, and asked me if I might be able to plant beans for him again. Because he likes me running our 40-foot bean planter compared to his 15-foot bean drill. And so if it works out, I'm going to try and do that. One nice thing, he did say that he likes to have plant his beans early. And so if I can work it out, we're going to try and plant his beans before we start corn. And so that should work out pretty good. But if I remember right, last year when I had to replant his beans for him, I did right at about 350 acres in 2.5 days. So, not too bad, I can cover ground. Well, I think I'm going to call that an end of this video, so just thought I'd show you right quick what's happening. We'll soon be done with this field, don't have a whole lot left. So take care, thanks for watching, we'll see you next time.